Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty raw, actually. A spontaneous video update from Ash Mofreh.
Yeah, the founder of that, big AI membership thing everyone's been watching.
Exactly. And this wasn't some polished press release. It felt more like a scramble, really, to explain this sudden massive pivot he's making.
To this new platform, Victory with Ash.
Right. And you could tell he felt that just, like, text updates wouldn't cut it this time.
No, definitely not. He needed to explain the why behind it, the actual plan, and this really intense selection process he described.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Cut through the noise, the speculation that inevitably popped up.
Yeah, figure out the practical reasons, the timeline he gave, and what's going on with these priority placements.
Okay, so he laid it out pretty clearly in the video. Three main things. We'll follow that. First, why even create Victory with Ash?
Second, the timeline, is this thing ready? And third, the status of who actually gets in.
Let's start with that first bit then, the rationale. He dropped a pretty big bombshell right at the start, didn't he?
He did. He basically said that the previous venture, ONPASSIVE, well, it's not dead, he was clear about that. Still there, he said. But, and this is the quote, not going to take us to where we want to go. That's a huge statement.
Wow. So the dream is the same, but it needed, what, refining and reforming?
Exactly. And the core problem wasn't the tech, interestingly. It was the culture around it.
Culture, how so?
He talked about the risk of carrying over the same ideology, the same mentality, the same mindset, even mentioned entitlement and negativity.
So it sounds like he felt the old structure, the old community maybe, had some baggage they just couldn't bring forward.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. Like, scaling that enthusiasm also scaled some, let's say, less desirable traits.
Which leads to this new platform, Victory with Ash. He called it a tunnel or a bridge.
Yeah, a midway station.
Yeah.
A necessary step to get to the real main business. The name's still under wraps, apparently.
He wants to protect that main business from the old baggage. Makes sense.
And this whole thing, creating this separate space, it's like a deliberate filtering process, maybe even a cultural reset.
And the name itself, Victory with Ash. He emphasized the with.
Right. Not victory for Ash or from Ash. He framed it as a two-way street, winning together.
And here's the kicker he kept repeating. It's free.
Totally free. His personal gift, he said. Paid for by nobody. Designed purely to help members improve, especially in business.
That free part is crucial, isn't it? Because it ties into how he addressed the public reaction.
Absolutely. Because, as you can imagine, this sudden move didn't land smoothly with everyone.
No, he mentioned people were confused, maybe even suspicious. He broke down the reactions into three camps.
Yeah, there was the minority who thought, okay, wise move.
Then the bigger groups who were like, what is this? Is it vague? Another 7 years of waiting?
Right. That was Group B, confusion, ambiguity, and Group C was simpler. Ash is just buying time.
So how did he tackle that ambiguity claim? Group B.
He pushed back hard, said he's never been so settled on the plan that it's all working exactly as intended.
But the stronger argument seemed to be the cost structure, right?
Exactly. His point was, look, Victory with Ash is free. There are no products to buy, no commissions, so how can it be the main business that involves money?
Okay, so it has to be a bridge, a transition, because it lacks the financial engine of the actual business.
That was his logic. It's a preparation phase, almost like a psychological barrier. Only the truly serious will engage if there's no immediate financial payoff.
Okay, that addresses the what is this question.
Yeah.
But what about the buying time critique? Creating a whole new platform does take time and energy.
Yeah, that's the tricky one. It seems counterintuitive if you just want to stall.
So what was his defense?
His argument was basically, if you just wanted to buy time, why go through all this effort? Why build something new?
He could have just delayed.
Right. He even threw out a hypothetical date like, okay, the main business launches April 15th, 2029. See you then. And then just disappear for years. Building this extra thing, spending time, money, resources. He argues that demonstrates commitment to getting the people ready, not just delaying things.
So the bottleneck isn't the tech anymore, it's the people. And this platform is the fix.
That seems to be the core idea. It's not a waiting room. It's active training and vetting.
All right, if it's an active project, let's talk status. Is it actually built? What's in it?
Well, according to Ash, the structure, website, functions, management tools, that's all done.
Okay, and the timeline for building it.
This was interesting. He said they did it on a quickie basis, started second week of September. And get this, Only use 3 people from the main development teams.
Only 3. Wow, so the main teams weren't pulled off the primary business then.
Seems not, which subverts the idea that this is a crucial but separate side project focused on the community transition.
And the launch for this, Victory with Ash.
He said this month, which, given when the video came out, means October 2025.
Okay, imminent then. But what about the content? If the structure's done, what are people actually going to do there?
Well, he said it's launching with blank content, intentionally.
Blank. Why?
Because the training, the classes, it's all supposed to be brand new, exclusive for these members, not just recycled stuff.
So they have to create it specifically for this vetted group first.
Exactly. He described it as unique executive-level training designed to create successful business leaders.
Did he give examples? What kind of training we're talking about?
He did give a few, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty practical-sounding stuff, like how to turn impossible situations into possible ones,
All right.
how to attract an audience, how to be a better network builder. And this one stood out, how to remember the names of 200 people in a room.
Huh. That's
That sounds-
specific. Sounds less like abstract business theory and more like, practical skills for leaders.
Definitely. And he stressed it's about current skills, what actually works now, not stuff from, 1962, he said.
So the goal is transformation. He mentioned becoming a whole new personality.
Yeah, within 60 or 90 days, that's the stated aim. Get people ready for the main event.
Now, you mentioned the value prop. He put a price tag on this free content, didn't he?
He did. He estimated, hypothetically, a single class could be worth $100 easily, and after a few weeks, the total value would be thousands.
But it's free. So why talk about dollar values?
Well, it's clever, isn't it? Even if it costs zero, framing it as having high monetary value instantly makes it feel more exclusive, more valuable.
Right. It reinforces that you didn't just get a freebie. You earned access to something precious through this tough application process.
Exactly. It sets the stage for it being high-stakes, merit-based, which leads us neatly into that selection process itself.
And the numbers here are just staggering. How many applied again?
Over 600,000 people
Yeah.
from 200 countries filled out the application for that priority spot.
It's just, wow. That alone shows the level of belief or maybe hope still out there in the community.
For sure. And with that volume, he said the selection had to be personal, meticulous, diligent, not just automated.
The application form wasn't the only factor then.
No, just a tool to start narrowing it down, systematically filtering for the best possible selections.
And the filtering was intense.
Oh, yeah. He walked through the numbers, cut the 600,000 in half right away, then looked at maybe 60,000, then 10,000, then hovered around 1,000.
And the final number, as of that update.
Roughly 60 people confirmed
Yeah.
out of over 600,000 applicants.
That is some serious pruning. Less than 0.01%.
He even mentioned spending days thinking about single individuals, whether to include them or not. It sounds incredibly hands-on, high-touch curation.
And getting in isn't the end of it, right? There's a strict code of conduct.
Extremely strict and simple. Because it's a gift, he said, it can be taken back any moment with no exception.
And the main rule seems to be about silence.
Pretty much. Anyone who goes public bragging about their position, I'm #1, or I got 17 IDs from ONPASSIVE, anything like that.
What happens?
They get caught and they're permanently locked out. And crucially, that means they lose their shot at the main business opportunity too, forever.
Wow. So it's demanding total humility and discretion. A final test, almost.
It really is. He called the whole thing a pruning funnel. He was adamant, even if he only ended up with, say, 3 really good people, the dream would still be achieved. Quality over absolutely everything else.
So the plan now is launch this month to those first 60 or so leaders.
Right. And then, interestingly, those leaders will work with Ash to bring in the next wave. They'll be involved in voting, evaluating, discussing who comes next.
So it becomes a collaborative filtering process over time.
Seems like it. And he also stressed your actual number, whether you're #1 or #900,000 eventually, doesn't change the value you get or the quality of the training. Access is access.
Okay, so putting it all together, Victory with Ash isn't just a holding pattern.
No, not at all. It's this mandatory, exclusive, free, but high-value business school almost, designed to upgrade the people, their mindset, their skills.
And crucially, to create that clean break from the entitlement or negativity he saw in the old structure.
Exactly. It's a forced evolution before they get the keys to the kingdom, so to speak.
So, for you listening, what does this signal? This whole elaborate bridge, the filtering, the training, the secrecy, it's all geared towards ensuring maximum success for the main event.
Yeah, it's about combining this pre-vetted group, armed with new knowledge, with what he claims is the most perfected business model ever. The focus has clearly shifted to scaling character, not just code.
He's essentially raised the price of entry without charging money. The price is compliance, humility, and proving you're the right caliber.
Which leads to our final thought for you today.
If that selection is all about demonstrable, high-caliber behavior, not just filling out a form, think about your own next big opportunity. What's the real cost of entry?
Are you prepared for that level of maybe radical focus and discipline? Or does the need to share to get validation to brag a little about your insider status? Is that pull too strong?
Something to definitely ponder as this very unusual, very high-stakes transition unfolds.